Hello, welcome back to the Crafting Your Potential podcast. I'm your host, Bruce, and I have my producer, Erica, with me today. And we have these nice two ladies, Alex and Alexandra, with us today from the Social Method Studio. How are y'all doing today?
I'm doing good. We're very excited to be here.
Well, we're excited to have you. So, can you give us a little bit, just tell us a little bit about yourself, about the Social Method Studio, how you came up with it, what it is you do?
So, a little bit of background. Me and Alex actually met online. Alexander, sorry, I've got to make sure we don't get mixed up there. But we met online we used to do affiliate marketing within the same company, and that was kind of like one of our very first entrepreneurial journeys was through that and learning like that system of what building your business was like. And then we started working together, doing some contract work for social media, and the way
we were working separately though. Then we decided, hey, wouldn't it be smarter if we joined forces? We're doing the same thing. And we ask each other for help all the time. And then we joined forces.
Yeah. And I mean, it was a really beautiful combination of we may have the same name, but we have completely different skill sets, and we complement each other in so many different ways. And so it was really cool experience to meet someone that haven't. I think we only met in person.
Before we started a business together, I think we had only met in person twice.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Lots of
That's amazing.
That's the power of the internet and being able to connect with people anywhere in the world. I mean, we're only, I think it's a 14-hour. She came to my house last summer and it was like a 14-hour drive, but we're only that far. But I mean, really, you can connect with people anywhere in the world, and that's the kind of the magic of the world we live in today. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's big.
Yeah. From then we started Social Method Studio, and it just kind of took off. It was like, why did we wait so long we were friends for a couple of years or maybe 1 year? I can't even remember. The time is such a blur the last couple of years. And then it just took off. So yeah, now we're here today. We do social media consulting and management. We've got digital courses. We have an Etsy shop, and yeah, it grows quickly. Like it didn't happen overnight, and it's a lot of hard work, but things start to snowball, which is really cool.
And I think too, something that I really want to make clear is we were not like this overnight success. And sometimes you can look at people online and see the success that they have, and you are wanting that, you're desiring that success. And for us, this was like many years in the works to get to Social Method Studio. It was many years figuring out, what we were good at, what we liked, what we didn't like. And eventually to the point where we decided that we wanted to be our own business and create our own core values and live from that space. And the work, like Alex said, it snowballed. And our TikTok grew an insane amount. And the story behind that is we had to pivot. So our main business story is the pivot. We got our Instagram Reels shut down. We still to this day don't know why. So this is when, short form video content, it was like, okay, now Instagram's getting into it. And so we were really excited. We made all of this content for Instagram Reels, and they completely shut us down. And so we had to either pivot or stay where we were and struggle with that concept. But instead we decided to pivot, and we created our TikTok account, and it just kicked off. It was an amazing experience to not stay stuck because of there was a problem in the business. There was an issue that had arisen. And I mean, I think as business owners, it's easy to get stuck in those ruts and to feel defeated, and to allow that defeat to keep you in this place. But the beautiful thing about being a business owner is you get to pivot whenever you want because you're in control of your business.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And our TikTok account grew to 60,000 in 100 days. I think that it was just really fast. Wow. But also too, that wasn't we just started making videos and they just started taking off. There was some trial and error. And like Alex said, we had that content kind of in the bank, batched and ready to go, created. It was ready to go because we were going to use it on Reels. And then we had all this content. So we had some ready to go. So we do have a strategy when we're helping clients with their TikTok accounts, and consulting and whatnot. Like we did do some of our own split testing and time of day and music and tone of voice and different things like that. So I don't want anybody to think that, oh, they just posted one video and then it just grew crazy. Like we tested and we just like failed fast, and then we got to that point. But I did want to mention too, just a little bit more of the backstory is before we started Social Method Studio, we actually took on, we worked for the same contract client and we hit burnout and we had just a really poor experience that we both decided that the first thing we did when we started Social Method Studio was we came up with our core values, because that was so important to us. Because if we don't have something to hone in on and come back to when things get stressful, when things maybe grow too fast, when things get overwhelming, then we don't even know who we are, why we're doing this. So having those core values, it's posted on our website. We come back to it often. Any team members that we bring on, we let them know our core values, make sure they're in alignment with them because of our past experiences and doing things on our own and then getting some contract clients, hitting burnout multiple times to the point where you want to quit and go back to like a regular job and work for somebody else. The core values, like if you don't know why you're doing something and you don't have that to ground yourself into, it's really easy to kind of get lost.
Okay. And I mean, that really helped even working in different provinces. You know, there's so many struggles between, you know, with, you know, internet being down or, you know, not being on that same place. We're actually on different time zones. So that made a big, you know, struggles within there. And having those core values just to keep reminding us built our relationship as business owners as well.
Okay. So right now, do y'all both do this full time? Or do you have full-time jobs also and you do this together? Like, how does that work?
So this is my full-time business, but I'm also a full-time mom and a full-time student. So a little bit of all the above. And I'll pass it on to Alexandra.
Yeah, and this is full-time. I've got some private work and then also Social Method Studio. So it was hard work to get to this point where we can rely on this income. And it, like Alex said, it wasn't an overnight success. We will never claim to be that. It's a lot of hard work. And we both have had moments where, okay, like, I mean, realistically, the journey of entrepreneurship, it's not like, it's not straight. It's you go up and down and up and down. And there has been moments where it's like, okay, sometimes it's not reliable. And maybe we do have to go get a part-time job and then you come back to this or whatever it is. But we're fortunate enough to have consistent clients right now, and we are able to rely on this. So we're very grateful.
Nice. That's pretty cool.
Can I ask a question regarding what exactly, like what kind of work is it that you do with your clients?
We've just honed this down more because we were like just so all over the place. And that is a learning experience too. When just because you know how to do all the things doesn't mean you need to be doing all the things. And like, okay, I can do this, 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 and this, but it's so easy to take on too much, hit that burnout again, and really just figure out what are your offerings. So we have paid services, like we have a whole mini course series that you can find on our website. And that is just on our website. So we're a firm believer in like evergreen funnels so that we're not the ones, like you can go to our website, purchase, and it's all done there for you. We've got email marketing and funnels set in place, all of that stuff. But we have client services and we help people with their social media, just depending on what they need and what their business is, what their goals are. So we do social media management and then also consultation. So if you just need an audit and you just need someone to tell you, like, if you're okay with constructive criticism, we'll tell you, you're doing this, you could be better here, you could clean this up, and really give it to you straight so that then you can take that, you get like a PDF, and then you can go and apply that yourself. So kind of like an audit and strategy package we have, and then like an actual management package we have as well.
Okay. What made you stick with TikTok, right? Because I know you were talking about the Instagram thing, what happened with the Reels, but did you ever look into like LinkedIn or doing anything specific with Facebook?
I'll let you add on, Alex. I think that when you decide on a platform, it has to be what you feel good about. Like as of right now, I think Alex and I can both agree we don't feel great about Facebook. And that was different a couple years ago. We both ran Facebook ads and it felt great in that moment. But things changed, the platforms changed. So we believe that energy is everything. So the energy that you feel for the platform that you are using for your business is going to go, that energy is going to go into your business. And that's going to go into the content that your followers, your customers receive. And if you're not feeling that platform and you feel like you're just there because you have to be, it's going to come through and you're not going to get sales. You're just not. So we really believe in focusing on the platforms that you enjoy. And we enjoy TikTok. We enjoy short form video content. We enjoy those snippets of value. And our TikTok account grew and it's such a different type of platform. Like the community is really supportive. Yeah, you get the occasional people commenting, haters or whatever, but majority, it's a really nice community. And then Reels, we do post on Reels, but definitely our bigger platform is TikTok. And that just grew and we both enjoy that platform. That's the difference. We enjoy it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I think, like Alex was saying, Alexandra was saying, is the energy will translate. And I mean, we were so frustrated with Instagram at that point. If we had stayed and in just Instagram and just kept going, not saying we wouldn't have found success, but I think that we would have hit burnout a lot quicker, which would have translated into, not creating the success that we really wanted to. And so when things like that happen in your business, take it as an opportunity instead of defeat. When something like that happens, look at it as, okay, so universe is telling me to pivot somewhere else. And when we did that and we went on TikTok, I mean, the energy that we put in, we got back from our audience, from the platform. And although it wasn't super easy, the energy that the momentum behind what we were creating there is why we're still there.
I think part of it as well is you don't need to be everywhere on all the platforms. And people kind of do what works for one person won't work for the next person. And it's not something to get mad at yourself about. It worked for them and they're over 80,000 on TikTok and I make great TikTok videos, but maybe that's just not where your ideal person is hanging out. Maybe it's the type of content. There's so many factors that can come into play that it's not cookie cutter. It's really not with social media. It is different for every business, every individual. Put the energy behind it. It's difficult to not convince people, but let them know that, hey, you don't have to show up on every platform just because someone's told you to. You don't need to be on every platform because you're going to hit burnout if you don't have a good content strategy. And keep in mind too, that some of these people that are on every platform, they might have teams that are helping them, that it's not just them running the show. So focus on either one platform or two and really make sure you enjoy those platforms. It's where you would be a customer, you would be a follower, and then expand outwards. But I think starting everywhere, and if you're really not feeling the platform, reevaluate your marketing strategy and show up where you really feel like you want to show up. Do you find your social media stressful and overwhelming, and you know that you have to post on social media to impact your business?
Hi, we're Alex and Alexandra from Social Method Studio. We help our clients strategize and simplify their social media so they can stay focused on the tasks that move their business forward, like creating content that builds authority, allowing for a higher conversion from followers to paid clients.
We have services stemming all the way from a mini course series on all things social media. We also have larger, more full service packages where we do full social media management and audits of your entire online presence. For more information, you can visit us at www.socialmethodstudio.com/links. That's LINKS. Or just visit our website and have a look around at socialmethodstudio.com.
Be sure to join our growing community of over 80,000 followers on TikTok at Social Method Studio, where we support you in building a business you're obsessed with.
So I know one thing you said that I really hit on was it seemed like TikTok was a little more fun. And that's exactly how I feel. Like when I see TikTok and I want to make content for it, I'm thinking about videos. I'm on there watching pranks all day and I'm thinking, how can I use my glitter in pranks? And I'm thinking about stuff like that. But I don't think about doing that for Instagram. You know what I mean? Instagram seems like a suit and tie, like dressed up business guy. You know what I mean? Where
Mhm.
TikTok is a little more fun.
It's
So
definitely more of a casual. I feel like the aesthetics for your profile are like old news. Like even on Instagram, like some people, I think I will preface that with it depends on your business. I will say for like a photographer or um, even some product-based businesses, a curated feed might be something that can benefit you, but it's a much more relaxed kind of platform on TikTok where it's like you can just pick a cover photo that's a still from your video. It doesn't need to be this um, thumbnail or something that you make in Canva or something like that. Like it's much more of a casual type of platform. And you like I love what you said that you're like thinking, how can I make this about glitter? And like kind of we call it like spin casing your niche. And you use that trend or whatever you've seen to then incorporate your business into it and you make it fun and entertaining. And any time that you can sell while you're entertaining, like you're gonna win.
Well, and I think a lot of people who are online and they're marketing their business can relate to feeling content creation burnout and, you know, not knowing what to post tomorrow, not knowing what to post next week. Whereas TikTok allows you, it gives you that information. It allows you to take some of that creativity, um, work out of it, and then just allow you to focus on your business and your niche and spin that into that creative aspect. So it's a really cool platform. We really, really enjoyed being on it.
Mhm.
so I've heard that the videos are much better than just pictures, especially when you look at something like Instagram, where you can do like a video or a story or a picture or like a portfolio full of pictures. Do y'all feel the same way as far as video being more important than just pictures?
Yeah, so there is a huge misconception that the platforms are the ones that are um, pushing the short form video content, but it's actually the viewers. So whatever the viewers are, engaging more with, and we are viewers, that's what the platforms are going to like. So, I mean, that this could always change. I mean, moving forward, we don't know what is going to be the next new trend, but short form video content, I don't see going anywhere anytime soon. I think if anything, it's just going to get bigger and have more features involved, and it will still be a highlight. And I think long form video content is something to also consider. That's, learning TikTok, these shorter reels. Um, will allow you to get more comfortable in front of the screen so that when long form, because like YouTube's been around forever, YouTube's not going anywhere anytime soon. It's an amazing platform for evergreen content. And so if you can get comfortable with these shorter videos, it's only going to allow you to get more confident to do those longer videos and to do longer trainings and to do, longer things so that you can put it on YouTube and that those last forever, right? YouTube isn't going anywhere anytime soon either. It's a very respected platform, and can also be very fun. And they've actually just, in most places, have added YouTube Shorts. So it's exactly like TikTok and Reels. So, I mean, you can start throwing things up on there too. Short form video content is definitely appealing to the audience members right now.
So I wanted to ask a question about that because I remember one of the videos that you guys were mentioning about the algorithms, right? And I think, Bruce and I, as our being creators of our own individual videos or content that we make, sometimes it can get really confusing trying to understand, like, what can I do?
Don't try to
what can I do?
It. Yeah. Just stop yourself right there if you're trying to understand the algorithm, because it is AI. It's not a person. And each platform has its own algorithms. Within the algorithm, there's more algorithms. So to try and understand it, you just we call it training your algorithm. And especially if you're using your account for your business, like Bruce, you were saying that you scroll TikTok. So keep in mind when you're doing this, and this is what we tell our students and clients, is you are training your algorithm when you're scrolling, when you're looking at, like, you're holding on a video longer, you're letting it play for however many times, you're liking it, you're engaging in it. Even if you're sharing it, you're telling the platform that you want to see more of that. So we always tell people, as soon as you decide you're going to use a platform or an account for your business, if you're on that account and scrolling, then keep in mind to look at your ideal clients so more of them will pop up. And then you can start engaging with your ideal client, not just for entertainment. So it's almost like figure out if you want to just be on there aimlessly scrolling. And like, I know like TikTok is a great one for that. We actually learn a lot from TikTok. We love TikTok, but also keep in mind that if your goal is to build your customer base and get sales and get them into your funnel, then do keep in mind that you want to have a focus of engaging and telling the algorithm that you like your ideal clients, because it's going to show you more of what it thinks you want to see, so you can train it, so you can learn to work with the algorithm versus always thinking it's working against you.
That makes sense. That's deep.
Yeah,
I'm getting on here and I'm seeing all these people that's doing pranks.
Yeah, because you like that. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So you've told, like you, and that's where it's like people get on TikTok, and we had people that come to us and they're like, my audience isn't on there. Like, you would be surprised. There are all age groups, and TikTok is gaining, like, we have a bias for TikTok. Obviously, that's our favorite platform, but there are a lot more adults and different age ranges getting on TikTok, and you would be surprised that like 90%, I'm sure, of the people listening and watching this, like, your audience is on TikTok. You just need to train your algorithm so that you can start to find them. But it's not just kids dancing and lip syncing to videos. It's just that maybe you thought that was funny, so you watched it a couple times. Learn to scroll past those and really decide, like, is this for entertainment or is this for business, and treat it like a business.
A good way to look at it and to remind yourself is the AI mirrors you. So how you are on those platforms, you will see more of. And so, yeah, like Alexandra said, just having that state of mind, is this for entertainment or is this for business? And how can I still enjoy the platforms, but be strategic about it?
I want to say too, if you've already done this and you're like, oh, shoot, I've like ruined my account, it's okay. Start now, start today. And just keep that in mind. Like, you can kind of optimize your account and audit yourself, and you can gear it, because that's the thing too, is it's ever changing. It's always changing. The platforms are always like, it's always going to be improving itself. So you can start today and gear your viewership to more of what you want to see for ideal clients.
I think my question was more so like, how do I find my clients on TikTok? Like, right? Or like, if that's the platform I'm using, how do I find them?
Like, you got to have clarity on who your client is. And I mean, having a very basic, broad understanding of your audience isn't going to do you or your people any justice, because you're not going to find them. So, I mean, think of social media as being the ocean. Well, we don't want to serve everyone in the ocean. We just want to find that little pocket of people. And it can be kind of overwhelming when you're on these platforms and you're seeing all of these different types of people, and you're trying to find your one person. So just gaining a lot of clarity on who they are, everything about them, really trying to get into their head of, what are they doing right now? What are their hobbies? What are their interests? What are their dislikes? Because once you can learn who that person is inside and out, that will allow you to see more of that on your social media, to be looking into those interests, those kinds of things, right? And then as you're engaging more with those types of people, you're going to see more of those types of people back.
And even on that, like, how you find them, if you're creating content, and don't forget about the audience you've already built, because I know we constantly want to grow bigger because we think if we're bigger and our numbers are higher, we're going to get more sales. That's not always true. And I mean, our Instagram is under 1,000 followers and we're getting sales. We know people that have been under 500 followers on Instagram and getting sales. They're monetizing their account. So it's how you treat your current audience as well. Never forget about them. So go into the comments, go into their account, go comment on their stuff, comment on their stories, build conversations with genuine caring for what they're sharing and a genuine response, and build that relationship. Like, even with this audience, it's a lot of crafts and different things like that. And you can absolutely do that and like compliment them on what they're making, because they're probably posting their own stuff, and really build their relationship. Like, at the end of the day, we see every single sale. There's a person behind that. There's a person behind the mouse that clicked purchase. They are individual people. And we believe in relationship building over any type of like vanity metrics. So with finding your audience, focus on the comments you already do have, the likes you already do have, and go in and make relationships with those people too.
Okay, so I have a bunch of questions.
Okay.
So the first one, because as you were saying this stuff, I'm thinking about different things I've heard people mention different things. So one, does the quality of your comments or your interactions matter? So if I see a video Alexandra makes and she's showing a clip on how to use Canva, this or that, and if I just say, "Oh, that's fire," and I just put 2 fire emojis, does that count as interacting, or should I really be, "Wow, I really love this"? Da, 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 da. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like for the algorithm, it is showing the algorithm that you liked that video, and it's great for us because it's a comment. Thank you. And it's gonna put the content out more. Like it spreads it through the spider web of putting it out into the algorithm.
Okay.
But I think if you really want to focus on building the relationships, I think picking out something that you liked about it. I liked it because I thought this was fire because XYZ, or it reminded me of this, or I really like how you made this shape or whatever. Like I think giving a reason behind why you like it will just help your comments stand out when people go and look like, oh my gosh, they didn't just like it. Because I think the social media has like this, there's so many bots out there and everybody knows about these bots now. And it's like, was that even a person that commented that? And so I think anytime you can add in that personalization, like I liked this because, then it'll really help that stand out for when you're wanting to build that relationship and that conversation back and forth. And also with a question, always have like an open-ended question, because then they have to answer. That can help your comments and keep the conversation going. So that always helps as well.
And I think too, you can now on platforms, especially you can see this now on TikTok, where you can pin comments. So, people who are leaving really intentional, genuine comments, and they're leaving some sort of value on that creator's video, that has potential to get pinned to the top of that video. And value it could be something funny, it could be something that they pointed out in the video, like a fact that they learned or something like that, and then that's going to give you more exposure and more people going over to your platform.
That's big, because that's another way just to make another piece of content. You know what I mean? So for the people who's thinking, "Oh, I don't know what to make," they literally can find a question or something, and use that to pin it, or use that to make a whole brand new piece of content answering the question or anything like that.
Well, yeah, and like that's what we do with our TikTok is we may post a tutorial and maybe we had 3 people ask type of a similar question. So now we're going to go and reply to that question with another video. And there you go. That's another piece of content. So we're big fans of repurposing.
Yeah. And I think people hear that and the first thing they think is, I just don't have time. So the people that are really good and you see a lot on TikTok or Instagram, you see them a whole lot. I've seen people going live 2, 3, 4 times a day, every day. And I'm like, golly, that's all they do. I don't have time to do that. I got a full-time job. I got kids, married, stuff like that. So what do you say for those people?
I mean, I would say right off the bat, never compare yourself to anybody else, because you have no idea what is going on behind the screens. You don't know if their marriage is falling apart and they never see their children, but at least they're showing up on that live 4 times a day. You never know, right? So never compare. And you don't know if they've got a team. Maybe they've got a team making their content. Maybe they've got a hired nanny that lives with them. And you're like, how are they like raising their children and they're on this social media platform every single day? You just have no idea. So never compare your chapter 20 to someone's, or your chapter 1 to someone's chapter 20. Never compare your journey to anybody else's, because you just have no idea what's going on behind closed doors. And Alex and I can both attest to, we've hit burnout multiple times in the past, and you would have never known, because on the screen we looked like everything was fine, but behind closed doors we were crying because it was stressful times and we were not sleeping and we weren't taking care of our health. But you never know. Social media is people's highlight reel. So like never, ever, ever compare your journey.
And I think too, like in regards to repurposing, like you have to just find something that you can be consistent with. So if you can't be live every single day of every week, then don't. Commit to one day. And if right now and for the next 3 months you commit to going live once per week for 3 months. And after that 3 months, maybe your schedule's changed a little bit. Maybe you're way more confident to jump on a live. It doesn't have to be, super scripted, or you don't need that 10 minutes before you jump onto the live to, prep yourself. Maybe you can do it, as you're walking down to the park. then you can add on another live, do 2 lives per week for the next 3 months. It's all about consistency. And I think people get really caught up in, I have to deliver what all of these other big creators are delivering. And then they do that for like a week or 2, and then they hit burnout. They can't do it. It's not sustainable. And then they stop, and then they die off, and you don't see them for a little bit. The whole point of social media is to build trust and reliability, and you are that trust and reliability to your audience. So by showing consistent, whatever that looks like for you, just that one time alive, that one live per week, your audience is going to see that consistency over the course of 3 months, and they're going to know she goes live. I know every single week I can count on her to be giving me some kind of value in that week. So don't ever allow yourself to get caught up in, okay, I see so-and-so, they're doing this, they're blasting out this much content, I have to do that. If it doesn't feel good and you know that that's not sustainable, this is where you have to be really honest with yourself as a business owner. Can I sustain this? And if the answer is no, that's okay. That might change later down the line, right? But it just has to be consistent with what you are capable of putting out right now.
Yeah, just to add on to that too, there's a lot of like experts, they call themselves social media experts. We never call ourselves experts. We believe that we're constantly students, because if you're an expert, it's like you've reached the top and you're done. We're not done. We always want to be evolving and growing and learning and building on our skills so that we can be better and better and better, because we haven't reached the top. We haven't reached our peak. So, but there are a lot of people that I think there's a lot of pressure with like how much I'm supposed to post. And if I'm not posting 3 times a day, I'm not going to be successful. I'm not going to get sales. This isn't going to work. But like in the beginning stages, figure out what Alex said, what is going to be consistent for you? What does that mean for you? Because that doesn't mean the same as what it means for us or the next person. If that means you only post 3 times a week, so be it. Like figure out what consistency is for you and release the pressures that there is around social media on what you're supposed to do, because we believe in learning how to trust your own expertise. Become your own expert in your own business versus relying on everybody to tell you what to do. Figure out what works for you so you can take control and power of that.
Thanks for joining us today. Please come back next week as we'll have Alex and Alexandra back with us. They will be discussing strategic marketing strategies, so you won't want to miss that. Also, they'll be answering specific questions that some of my customers had. So we'll see you then.